అందరికీ నమస్కారములు. నమో నమః. Today is another good day for all of us, that we are going to have one more lecture on Sanaatana Dharma, Shodasa Samskarams. Till yesterday we have completed 12 of them, and we are going to have the remaining today and one more session to come later. Let us start with Vande Mataram, and then after that Prarthana. Chala Chittibabu garu, please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malaya Jasitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sobrajosna Pulakitayaminim, Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhinim, Suhasinim, Sumadhura Bhashinim, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. Now, ధన్యవాదములండి Chala Chittibabu garu. Now let us request Hemlata ji to chant Prarthana, please.
Namaste. So let us all meditate in silence for a minute and then chant Om thrice. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah. ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमस्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदानः शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतु। ॐ श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गतिर्गुरुरेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे। न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरो मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ भागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ధన్యవాదాలండి.
ధన్యవాదములండి హేమలత గారు. Now let us request Visalakshi ji to continue with the webinar, please.
ओम श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। ओम श्री पार्वती राजराजेश्वराभ्यां नमः। ओम श्री मेधा दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री महासरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम शिवाय गुरवे नमः। ओम नमः शिवायै च नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय. Now we have completed 13 samskaras out of Shodasa samskaras. Now 14th samskara is Veda Vratas. Veda Vrataha we say. This samskara will be performed by the priest or Brahmagaru or Guru. Where if the disciple is at Gurukula, the Guru himself performs this and educates the disciple about all the Veda samskaras. So along with brahmacharis, the Guru will take a holy bath and they start this Veda Vratas. So before the marriage of the child, that is that person, the brahmachari, these Veda Vratas should be completed by all disciples. So the brahmachari is permitted by Acharya to go home and get married after these Veda Vratas also are completed after completing Veda Vidyas. Now before marriage, this brahmachari has to do certain vratas. They are known as Prajapatya Vrata. It has to do certain vratas. Prajapatya is related to Prajapati, Brahmadeva. So that comes first. Then after Prajapatya Vrata, Saumya Vrata he has to do. Then Agneya Vrata, Vaiswadeva Vrata. Then all these four he has to learn and put into practice. And most of the people will be observing Vaiswadeva Vrata throughout their lives. So all these 4 vratas together is called as Veda Vrata. the vratas described in Vedas for all Brahmins, particularly for individuals. The ritual done for studying Prajapati Devataka mantra is called as Prajapatya Vrata. The Acharya wants to reform his disciple, so along with him, he also gets his hair removed before doing this, and both of them take holy bath in the river. Then they both together do Vigneswara Puja, then take Sankalpa, do Punyaha Vachana. Then Acharyaha Sishyena Saha Vapana Purvakam Nadyam Snatva, like that the mantras start. Taking Sankalpa, they start to do worship. Preparing the mantapa, stretching a new cloth there on the mantapa. They have to pour rice on that, and normal procedure of all the vratas and pujas as they do here also. But they should invoke and invite Shad Rishis. That is the speciality here. And they do Shodasopachara Puja to those 6 Maharshis. The 6 sages are Prajapati, Sagumhiti Devataha, Yagniki Devataha, Varuni Devataha, then Swayampu Cheturmukha Brahma, and Sadasaspati. These are the 6 Maharshis. So after worshipping them, they should give tarpanas to all these 6 Maharshis. Then they have to do homas. Then both Acharya and Shishya should stand up and pray that, pray these Maharshis, that we are performing Prajapatya Vrata. O Agnideva, O Vayudeva, Surya Deva, please all of you make our make our Vrata success. Then they have to pray Aditya Vratapati and Vratanam Pati. That is the Lord of all the Vratas, vows. Later they should do Prayaschitta Homas, and then after completing all this, the Shishya has to bow down and do Pranama to Guru and take his blessings. Tat Samvatsare Paryavete. This Vrata, each Vrata takes 1 year's time to complete that, completely learn, educate, and put them into practice. So this Prajapatya Vrata takes 1 year's time to learn. Then Devataka Mantra Achena, after doing this Prajapatya Vrata, the disciple has to do this Achena. So after 1 year, they should do Prajapatya Vrata Utsarjana. So because he has completed that, then he should do that procedure, which indicates that it is completed. Then even at the time of Prajapatya Vrata Utsarjana, they should do as they did at the beginning of Prajapatya Vrata. Then Shuchyartham, Vruchyartham, Shantyartham, Apyudayartham, etc. they should say in Sankalpa. Then they have to do this Vrata Utsarjana. Even after doing this karma, again Guru and Shishya, they should get Vapana karma done to them, and they take bath, then come home and do Apyudaya karma and Swasti Punyaha Vachana. Every time after completing one Vrata, they have to follow all this procedure. Just as they perform this Prajapatya Vrata and Utsarjana, similarly, they should perform Saumya Vrata, Agneya Vrata, Vaishwadeva Vrata. And after completing the vratas for each 1 year, the disciple has to completely study and put it into practice and have it, he should own it. And then again, Utsarjana, Tarpanas, everything they do normally as they did. So by doing all these Veda Vratas, now the complete education is completed to that particular disciple. Thus, the brahmachari must complete these 4 vratas in 4 years before his marriage and get the blessings of his guru, and then he can return back after taking permission. He should come back home. Then Vivaha. When he comes back, then his parents select a worthy girl and celebrate the marriage. Now we are knowing about Vivaha Samskara. This after Vivaha Samskara is done, the person, this brahmachari, he becomes a Gruhastha and enters into Gruhastha ashrama, which is the best ashrama among 4 ashramas. Brahmacharya, Gruhastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa, because all other people of all other 3 ashramas will be taken care by Gruhastha. So Gruhasthasrama is the best one. Advaitam sukha dukkhayoranugatam sarvasvavastasu yedvishramo hrudayasya yatra jarasa yasminna haryo rasaha kalena varanatyayat parinate yat snehasare stitam bhadram tasya sumanushasya kathamapyekam hi tat prarthyate. This is a very wonderful and the best sloka written by Pavaputi Mahakavi in Uttara Ramacharitra, while speaking about the Dampatya of Sita Rama, Sri Ramachandra and Sita Mata. No one can tell better than this about the Dampatya Anubandha. That Dampatya itself is Advaita. Advaita means non-dual. Second is not there. But one we should not say, because 2 together become 1. So this Dampati, the bride and bridegroom, boy and girl who are separate, they become one with the blessings of all the gods and with the power of Vedic mantras. So they say Dampati. Dampati means Jayacha Patihicha Dampati. We say Jaya means wife, Patihi means husband. So these together are called as one, Dampati. So though appearing as 2 bodies, the bond of this couple, this Dampatya, the wife and husband, is of one, that is, they should behave as if their mind, their thoughts, ideas are one and their soul is one, though appearing in 2 forms. So that inseparable Advaita Bhavana can be enjoyed only after marriage, this wife and husband together. 2 different members, that is the girl and the boy, bride and bridegroom, the moment they become one with the bond of this marriage, they live as shadow to each other, and in joys and sorrows throughout their life, they live as if they are one, sharing equally. So in all parts of life, they accompany each other after this marriage till they leave the body. So this Advaita bond gives rest to the peace to the heart and mind. As time passes away and old age steps into their lives, then their bond will be more tied, and the veil of a sort of differences between the ideas of these 2 will be completely removed, and the relationship between them gets matured. So the bond of love grows stronger and stronger when time is passing away, and the bliss of this bond increases but never decreases. So everyone prays for such a great bond, Dampatya Anubandha, but it will be obtained only by those who are very fortunate. Even though many people, they get married, they cannot enjoy this sort of Advaita Ananda Dampatya Sthiti. So everyone should pray to get that Vivaha Anubandha, Dampatya Anubandha. So it is spoken in our Sanaatana Dharma in such a high level about this Dampatya. So Sri Sita Rama's marital bond is of such a type. So they became ideal to the entire mankind. While worshipping, we first speak about the Devata Dampatis, then Rishi Dampatis, then among human beings, the Dampatis which we worship are Sita and Rama. Om Sri Sita Rama Pyam Namaha, we say. So they are the ideal couple to the entire mankind. Because Sita and Rama, they say, actually Sri Ramachandra said that Sita's, his mind is in Sita, his heart is in Sita. and Sita Mata's heart and mind are in him. So they could live, though they got separated, they are able to live because each one of us, each one of them are surviving others. So she is like shadow to Sri Ramachandra. So the confidence, the regard, the love they got to each other is the point which is to be recognized by everyone. That is the greatness of the bond of marriage, which makes two different persons as if they are one, with the power of mantras, blessings of gods and parents, relatives, and everyone. So they become inseparable and live as long as the span of life is given by Paramatma. So one of the most important of the Shodasa Samskaras of our Sanaatana Dharma is undoubtedly this marriage bond that connects Kama Purushartha with Dharma Purushartha in Chaturvidha Purusharthas and makes them enter into Gruhastasrama, which is the center, in fact, and which is the abode of, that is who take care of these other three ashramas. So this marriage samskara is so pious because it keeps up the lineage of the family, that dynasty. So this bond of marriage is considered to be the bond of several births, sapta janmantara sambandha, they say. And also, since seven births, this tie is continuing, they say, as if for this wife and husband, which gives mutual cooperation to wife and husband also, physically, mentally, then spiritually, socially, economically. In all ways, they should feel as if they are one, and they mutually should respect the feelings of others, and with cooperation and understanding, they should live together. This is the Atma Bandha. So a man got right to perform Deva Yajnas or any other Yajna Yagadi Kratus only after the marriage. Only when he got married, then along with Dharma Patni, he should do those Yajna Yagadi Kratus. So with the Veda mantras in front of fire god Agni Sakshi, we say, as Agni Devata as witness to their marriage, Patirno Yajna Samyoge, they say. So thus the marriage would be celebrated. The children born through such a Dharma Patni alone possess the right to do Pitru Karyas after father. So Aurasa Putras, they say, these children got the authority and right to do Pitru Karyas, Tarpanas, then Shraddha Karmas, everything. So Sahatharmacharini Vrata, it is called as. So this Vivaha itself is called as Sahatharmacharini Vrata. So he is undergoing a sort of Vrata by which he is obtaining Sahatharmacharini, who always follows husband, follows him in all righteous religious rituals, karmas and all. So such a such importance is given to Vivaha Samskara. It is spoken in Manu Smriti. Manu Maharshi said, Dharadhinas tatha swargaha pitrunam atmanascha. Ha. Because this marriage relationship is so important and so great, because everything comes under the control of the wife, Dara, the moment a person gets married. So his future depends on the nature, behavior, and qualities of this girl, the one who is stepping into in-laws' house. So the peace and happiness of the husband, in-laws, mother-in-law, father-in-law, and all other members of the family depend upon her nature, her good qualities, and her way of thinking. And if unless she cooperates, the husband cannot do any, even Naimitika karmas he cannot do. He cannot serve the parents because she has to cooperate in all ways. So this marriage bond is very essential. It is in the hands of that wife that the forefathers, ancestors, attain meritorious lokas, because unless she cooperates, he cannot do these any out karmas also, that is pitrukaryas. He cannot perform such rites. So even for Nitya Naimittika karmas, her cooperation is essential. So such is the importance given to the wife, the girl. After mother, the wife is most important person to each and every person, man, in their lives, because happiness or peace of mind, shanti, everything depends upon first mother and then on wife, then later on children. So even for Nitya Karma, in fact, this marriage itself is called as Nitya Karma in one of the Dharma Shastras. Why it is called as Nitya Karma? Because after obtaining that is after this marriage is celebrated, he becomes eligible to do Nitya Karmas, Naimittika Karmas regularly, Vaishvedeva every day, even though he has learned and started practicing while he was a brahmachari. Even then, it would be completed and completely it could be done only with the cooperation of the wife after marriage. So this marriage is very important in the life of either boy or girl. So after the Mata Pitru Sambandha, the bond of Patni, the wife, is considered as very pious and inseparable, cannot be removed when once it is tied. So a girl and boy who were unknown till that time were tied with the bond of this Vivaha Samskara, performed in the presence of God's elders with the chanting of mantras and all. So actually what is meant by Vivaha? Now we should do. Why do we call this girl and boy as Vathu and Vara? We call them at that time, we do not call them by their names at that time. We call them as Vara and Vathu. Why? That we should know. Then how is the marriage samskara performed? The procedure. In what manner the priest and the parents do samskara to this Vara and Vathu, chanting the mantras and all. So now what is the meaning of those mantras which are uttered at the time of performing this Vivaha? The priest utters so many mantras, recites mantra slokas, and he makes this Vara and Vathu recite and repeat so many mantras actually. And what are the meanings of all those mantras and inner meaning also should be known. If that sanctity is made clear to each and everyone, certainly even at this modern age, because in this modern age, due to the influence of foreign culture, many people after marriage, they are forgetting that they are in Sanaatana Dharma. If once the marriage is celebrated, that is the bond throughout the life. Just as the bond of mother and son, children cannot be separated, thus even this bond is inseparable. But they are forgetting that. They are just feeling that if they do not like even one quality of either the girl or the boy, they are going for getting separated, taking divorces, which is not at all there in our Sanatana Dharma. So when once they know the meaning of all the mantras they are reciting, they will always respect this bond and happiness prevails in their lives. They never get even the thought of getting separated. So the word Vivaha is formed from the root Vaha. Vaha prapane with the upasarga vi. Vi means Visesha. So Vahayati prapayati iti Vivahaha. Vi means Visesha. Vaha means to bear. To bear means to take the responsibility. So Vivaha is that which makes to obtain wife for maintaining the duties of Grihasthasrama Dharma. He is getting that girl into his bond, this boy. That is the Vivaha Bandha. So to these household duties can be done after this marriage only. So according to the Shastra, there are 8 methods of marriages, and among them which method is to be followed by whom is well explained in all the Shastras and Gruhya Sutras also, and Dharma Shastras. So the marriage should occur in the befitting manner. Manusmriti says these 8 methods of marriages in one sloka. He said, Brahmo daivas tathaivarshaha prajapatis tatha asuraha tatha suraha paishachu rakshasaschaiva gandharvascha ashtamo vithaha. The 8 varieties of marriages are Brahmi Vivaha, Daiva Vivaha, Arsha Vivaha, Prajapatya, Asura, Paishacha, Rakshasa, and Gandharva Vivaha. So the characteristics of all these 8 varieties of marriages are described in all the Shastras, those Dharma Shastras. Normally, we people, we all do Brahmi Vivaha. In Brahmi Vivaha, a decorated bride will be offered to a virtuous bridegroom with pouring of water, jala, and chanting of mantras. So by this way, it is called as Kanya Dana. The Kanya would be given in charity as Dana to that person by the father of that girl, by parents. So by this Kanyadana, Kanyadata's 10 generations prior to this person, and also 10 generations later to him and his generation, 21 generations people would be liberated. They would get highest abodes after this, when once a marriage is celebrated. By this doing Kanya Dana, 21 generations, Taralu, we say, they Taralu Taristaru. That is, they cross and they get to higher abodes. So the Upanayana Samskara and Vivaha Samskara, both should be performed according to Shastra with sincere belief and Shraddha, utmost Shraddha in them, seeking a very good Muhurta. So if they are not conducted properly according to Shastra, then the aim with which we do those, that will not be obtained. So it is a sort of loss to our Sanaatana Dharma. A house, the society or the nation will get enriched depending upon the character of women, especially. If women are virtuous and possess good traits spoken in our Shastras and have the correct way of, right way of thinking and possess the good qualities which women should possess, and naturally women possess all noble traits and sattvika gunas, but they should possess them, and then only that family, the society or the nation can enrich and live peacefully with all happiness and bliss enjoying. So women should naturally possess all these good qualities: modesty, then bashfulness, endurance, loving nature, then capability of doing household work, then smiling face always, then purity in thought, delicacy in behavior, then regard for mother-in-law and father-in-law, which is losing nowadays. It is a must for them. Then only the in-laws can live happily. So, and also the girl should have respect for elders of the family and regard love and devotion towards her husband, and respect for the respect of the dynasty. She should respect the greatness of her in-laws dynasty and should see that that would be increased, and she should never behave in such a way by which bad name comes to that family. So every woman should possess normally stritva, then satitva, and then matrutva after that when she gets children. So these are the best divine qualities given to a woman, a girl by Paramatma, by God himself. So she should keep up all these and behave normally. So, but if women are wicked or cruel or very selfish, suppose they do not have the respect either on elders or in-laws or the dynasty and Shastra, then it is misfortune of that person who marries her and misfortune to that family. If she is very egoistic, the family cannot live peacefully. So we should try to develop such good qualities in all human beings, boys and girls, especially in girls since childhood. So we should always consider Prahlada, the noble qualities and behavior of Prahlada as ideal to each and every individual, every living being, every human being, girls or boys. So the society, even the same is said in Bhagavad Gita also, that Arjuna said the same in Bhagavad Gita because he got distressed in the very beginning itself. He declared that because he cannot kill all his kith and kin, he is not willing to fight. At that time, he says to Sri Krishna, Strishu dushtasu varsneya jayate varna sankaraha. So he speaks so many reasons as to not to fight. So he says after this fighting, Kurukshetra war, all people will die and women will be in distress. And at that time, because there is no other way, women will have to develop cruelty. And if women are dusta, they become cruel, wicked, then Varna Sankara occurs, which spoils the entire peace of mankind and Sanatana Dharma. So, Stree should always be of noble qualities. Therefore, the girls need to be brought up with the knowledge that they are the girls. Adapillalu, we say in our Telugu. That is, they belong to that family into which they are going after marriage. So, they should be brought up in such a way. Then automatically every girl, she regards and loves in-laws, people of in-laws family, just as she loves her uh, parents and brothers, sisters and all. Now, so this is very essential. We say kuparyaya jivita nashtam. If a bad traits are there in any girl, that boy's life, he cannot leave her and he cannot live with peace of mind. So it is very essential that the boys and girls, both of them should be virtuous, should get proper education, should have proper thinking and regard for our Sanatana Dharma and the bond of marriage and parents, mother and father. So Apastamba Gruhya Sutra say that Suhrida Samavetan Mantravato Varan Prehinuyat. So seeing that is this alliance relationship also should be brought from orthodox families, those who got such noble ideas in their minds and behavior. From such families, girls should be taken and girl's father should seek a boy of such a family, because he has to take care of their daughter throughout her life and make her happy and live with peace. So the marriage is a very auspicious event. If mother and father both are virtuous, then they celebrate the marriage properly as per Shastra. Then the children born to this newly married couple, they also become very virtuous, noble, healthy children would be born to them. Then automatically the society and nation will be enriched. And our Sanatana Dharma can be sustained by such noble people. In Mimamsa Tantra Vartika, it is said, Anyatra avinayam kurvan pitruphyam varyate sutaha tayoreva avinitasya ko bhaved vinivarakaha. If our children misbehave with others, we can tell them the right path and we can check them and keep them properly. But if they misbehave with us, the parents, mother and father, then who will ward off them? They will not listen to the words of anybody when they are not listening even to mother and father. So our children should be very virtuous and morally well. Then their parents need to be virtuous with good conduct and behavior. So each and every one should keep this ethics and morals, the value of ethics and morals in mind and behave in life throughout. Then their Santana also would born by birth, they become virtuous. So for children to be righteous, their place of production must be righteous and must be reformed with Vedic mantras, and then a sort of good bond must be created among these two with pramanas and vagdanas. So at the time of marriage, both the bride and bridegroom, they take so many votes. They do pramanas to each other. It is said no matter how hard we try, the marriages will be decided as a result of our own deeds and our debt. Runanubandha rupena pasupatni sutalaya, says the Shastra. So that is why we have to make sure that our deeds are cultured. So actually we say marriages are decided by God, but here we perform that marriage. So that is the greatness of Dampatya, Dampati. So the moment the marriage is over, that girl becomes a Patni, and Patnitva comes and Satitva comes to her. Then after, when she gets children, she becomes mother and Matrutva comes. Similarly, after marriage, this boy, he becomes a Bharta who has to bear the burden of his wife and all his possessions and all. That is her desires, her aspirations and everything. Then he becomes even this Bhartrutva comes to him. So thus they have to behave. Then both together should do Pitrukaryas, Daivakaryas, Dharmakaryas, Yajnayagadi Kratus, and please the gods and Pitrudevatas and get their blessings. So this marriage is very important to do all these Rauta karmas, Yajnayagadi Kratus and all. Therefore, one should search for a girl who is born in a noble family and having good noble thoughts, and who cooperates in all these Nitya Naimittika, Srauta, Smarta karmas which the husband performs. So bridegroom's parents wish only one thing, and they expect love and regard from their daughter-in-law. And she should mix with all of them in-laws, family members, and she feel that family is her family and she should own them. Then only all of them can live very happily. So this marriage is very essential. When once the marriage is celebrated, it cannot be felt as if it is not done in our Sanatana Dharma. So if that girl is very noble and virtuous, everyone will be very happy. Otherwise, they have to face the results. So before marriage, selecting the girl, parents of the boy should be very careful, and the parents of girls, they also should be very careful in selecting a boy. If that boy is not virtuous or got any bad habits, suppose he is not properly educated, not capable of doing any job and earning, then the life becomes miserable for this girl. So both the parents should seek worthy children, boy and girl. So that is why we call them as Vara and Vadhu, because Vara means best. He is considered as Vara to that girl. He is at that time among all the people among whom they can search. He is considered to be the best life partner to that girl. So when once parents and elders decide this boy to be the husband of that girl, he becomes Vara. He is the Sreshta. He is the best, and he alone is the best. to that girl. So similarly, she alone is his wife. She becomes Vadhu, who has to be taken care of by all means by that person. So both of them are called as Vara and Vadhu. Now Shastra says Agre Kulam Pariksheta. So first we should see the family, the dynasty, Kula they say. How to select a girl, how to select a boy. Bandhushila Lakshana Sampannam Arugam Upayacheta. A girl if born in an orthodox family with good health and also noble thoughts, that girl should be selected as bride. Similarly, Maharshi also spoke how to select a bridegroom. Bandhushila Lakshana Sampannam Shrutavan Arogavan iti varam sampat. So a person who is the bridegroom should be born in an orthodox family, noble family, with good health, having noble thoughts, and is very well educated. Vidya is more important for the boys. So he should be well educated. Shastra Jnana should be there in him. So such a person should be selected. Nacha Gunahinaya Karhichit. Shastra says one should never, the parents should never give their daughter's hand in marriage to a person who is Gunahina, who is not virtuous, who is having bad qualities. If suppose he got a lot of property, riches, seeing that property, people give their daughter, but that is not good. Money is not to be counted, but the virtues and education. Seeking them, the boy should be selected. So Apastamba Gruhya Sutras also say, Yasyam manas chakshusho nibanthaha tasyam ruthihi na itare netare negnetara adriyeti iti eke. So in whomever the mind is fixed, they can be performed, the marriage can be performed to them. Whomever by seeing a girl, the boy, or by seeing a boy, if a girl, they got attracted and impressed by the very sight, then also they say the marriage can be fixed if all other points are, that is the family should match, and all other things, the elders who take care of such points are matched. If they are matching, then they need not have to worry about just either property or higher education. Like that, they need not have to think if both the bride and bridegroom accept. So that is how. So Sagutra people should never be, marriages should never be performed among Sagutra Sapinda people. Because all these points are told in Yajnavalkya, Smriti, and so many other Smritis also. Sagutra, Sapinda people, they become, the relationship among them is of brother and sister. So for marriages, they have to seek from far off families, those who are not blood related to them. And Manusmriti also says, Avipluta Brahmacharyo Lakshanyam Striyam Udvaheta. That is, and also still it is said, Aroginim, Bhratrumatim Kanyam, Asamana Arsha Gotrajam, Ananya Purvikam Kantam, Asapindam Yaviyasim should be selected. So Shastra says that the girl should have brothers, at least one brother, younger or elder, because if only girls are born to those parents and boy is not there, then Shastra says that at the time of their marriage, while doing Kanyadana, Kanyadata, that is the father of that girl, says with Vara that Asyam yo putraha jayate, Same putro bhavet. The son who is born to you through this girl, he becomes my son because he does not have male children. So this is how he says, and Vara has to accept. Then automatically the elder son born to them becomes the son of in-laws, that is her parents. So they should take care that at least a boy is there in their family, that is to their mother and father. In our tradition, marriage is not just that sort of process which invites that is man and girl become, that is a girl and boy becoming one by marriage, but it is actually the tie between two families, two dynasties. So it is uniting two families and union of both the dynasties. So both the dynasties will be enriched and also would get get higher resins after celebrating this marriage. So they should be very careful. So at the time of marriage, bridegroom says, Brahma Praja Sampatyartham Striyam Udvake. He says that I am accepting this girl as my wife for the sake of getting the most glorious Aishwarya, the Santana, through righteous manner. And also, this marriage would be celebrated to get the final aim of our life, the moksha purushartha, can be achieved by this process. So such is the importance. A person has to marry a virtuous woman because when his mother and father leave the body and go away, she has to lit the light and support him in doing this Arthvadaihika karmas, last rites. If she refuses to do because she does not have regard and love for them, then what the husband can do? This son can do to his parents. So a man should do Agnikarya every day. With the fire he worships on Upanayana day. Now with the fire he acquires at the time of marriage, he obtains another fire. So throughout his life, their lives, this fire should be kept along with them. And he has to worship that fire god. And after spending the whole life, when he leaves the body, then with this light which he obtained at the time of marriage, his body should be, the Sraddha karma should be done. It should be lit with that Agni. So a person becomes qualified to do Agni Aupasana only when he performs Prathana Pravesha Homa, then Stalipaka, Agni Aupasana, then Vivaha Diksha, Diksha Visarjana, and Sesha Homas, etc. All these homas should be performed at the time of marriage. By which, so a good Vara should marry a Vardi Vathu, by which God Devendra will be very much pleased, and Devendra blesses the couple to live long happily. Because after the marriage, when he becomes a Gruhastha, with the cooperation of this girl, both this couple, they perform Yajna Yagadi Kratus and Naimitika karmas, by which they invoke and invite all the gods, especially Devendra, and offer oblations. The gods, they take these offerings, the oblations put into the fire, and they enjoy that and they become very vigorous and strong. Strength comes to them by the offerings which we give to them through Agnihotra in the fire. So Devendra blesses the couple. And also this person, after the marriage, he offers Somarasatmaka Annam into that fire at the time of Yajna, performing yagas, Naimitika karmas and all. So the gods become very happy, and all the gods, Dikpalakas also, they bless this couple. It is said in Ekagni Kanda that Samaryama Samphagu Noniniyat Sanjaspatya Suyamamastu Devaka. Vara desires that by the blessings of Aryama, Aryama is also one of the names of sun god. So Aryama is treated as a god, and then Bhagadevata and Agni Deva. So their dampatya should be strengthened. Just a minute, 1 minute. So their dampatya should be strengthened. When a worthy girl is decided to be given in marriage to a worthy boy, then all the gods accept that marriage and they become very happy. And with pleasure, they bless the couple and then they bless them. So this is known by the mantras of Taittiriya Brahmana. Dadamiti Agnir Vadati. Agni says, I will offer this girl, because till that time Agni is taking care of that Vadhu, the girl. So he says, I will now offer this girl to that boy. Then Tatheti Vayu Rakatat. Then Vayudeva, he says, okay, you give. Unless all the gods permit, Agnihotra will not hand over this girl under whose care the girl is living. So Agnihotra is taking care of the girl at the time of that girl, the girl's marriage. So Hanteti Satyam Chandrama. When Vayudeva accepts, then Chandrama, the moon god, also becomes very happy. He says, yes, yes, you offer. He permits. Then Adityaha Satyam Omiti. Then Aditya, sun god, also says, okay, you offer this girl's hand to that boy. Okay, I accept. Then Apaha Tat Satyam Aparat. Then Jalathi Devata, Varuna Deva also says, okay, you offer this girl. Thus Agnihotra, then Vayudeva, Sun God, Moon God, and Jalathi Devata, Varuna God, all the gods together with their willingness, they bless the couple. They offer this girl's hand to that boy at the time of marriage. Though we do not know, this is the process which is taking place in our lives in this world. So first Agnihotra accepts and says, okay, I will give this girl's hand. Then all these gods also, one after another, when Agnihotra decides, all of them automatically say yes, yes, because it is already decided. So sun god also says, and all gods, they bless this couple, both wife and husband, to live long happily with children, prosperity and happiness and all. So this is the process of Kanyadana. That is Kanyadata also becomes higher residence by doing this Kanya Dana, because this is the Dana. Whenever any Dana is given, the worthiness should be seen first. Apatra Dana should never be done. Dana should be done to a worthy person. Whatever may the Dana be, Annadana or Netradana or Dhanadana, any Dana, and this Kanya Dana particularly. So when this Kanyadana is done, then all the gods, they bless not only the bride and bridegroom, they bless even the parents of both. So their dynasties also will be enriched and blessed by all the gods. So if a girl baby is born, the parents become very happy and carefully they nourish that baby. But actually it is the gods who are taking care of this girl, that girl who is born and is taking care, because it appears as if the mother and father are protecting the girls, boys also. But they are only taking care of, it appears as if they are taking care. But it is actually the gods who are protecting all the girls, who are taking care of the girls, because our Shastra says in Devi Bhagavatam, Jagannatha Adiparashakti, she said, she commanded Brahmadeva to do the creating entire universe, all Savarajangamatmaka Srishti, but she herself created the woman, the girl, a baby girl. That is why the girl is called as Stri. That is the embodiment of Jagannatha Adiparashakti. So at the time of this marriage, these gods, how they protect her, it is given in the Shastras. Somaha adadat Gantharvaya. Somadeva takes care and nourishes this girl the moment she is born, then onwards to a certain span of period. It is Chandra, the moon, who takes care of and protects her. That is why she grows. Dina Dina Pravarthamana, we say, and Shodasa Kalas. 16 Kalas are there in moon, and this girl also will be growing with much attraction and beautiful, and handsomeness would be there in her due to the effect of moon. And also that girl will be very happy because Manakaraka, moon is. So this Soma, that is the moon, he hands over this girl's responsibility to Gandharva. Then Gandharvas take care of this girl for a certain period. That is why at teenage, after teenage, she becomes very handsome, very beautiful. She develops all sorts of arts, Lalita Kalalu, we say. She gets the skill of singing, dancing, painting, everything. Because this Gandharva Gana, we say, she would be able to sing and all. So does, and also beauty. Gandharvas are very handsome. So they give luster to this, to the body of that girl, and they give the talents, capacities to her. And Gandharvaha Adadad Agnaye. Then after a few more years, when she becomes well versed in all these Lalita Kalalu, these arts, fine arts and all, then when she is grown a little and the need occurs for her to be protected from the bad sight of all people, then she would be handed over to the care of Agni Deva. Then Agnihotra, because he is very ferocious, very holy, very pious, very lustrous, and very intelligent, Jnana, Prakasha, Velugu, Jyoti, we say. So then Agnihotra starts to take care of this girl till the marriage is fixed, and at the time of marriage, Agnihotra hands over the responsibility of this girl to that boy, the Vara. This is all the procedure. This is how a girl is taken care by all the gods. So, Somaha Adadat Gantharvaya, Gantharvaha Adadat Agnaye, Rayimcha, Putramscha Adad, Agnir Makhya Mathu Imam. Then at the time of offering, this is there in Ekagni Kanda. So at the time of marriage, while handing over this girl's hand to that boy, Agnihotra, because till that time he took care of her. So he is having so much responsibility and love, affection for her because she is his daughter. So he blesses them to be with Rayi and Putra. Rayi means Dravya. Rayi means wealth. So he blesses them to be endowed with all happinesses, to be prosperous, and also get worthy children. He blesses them to become mother and father by giving birth to children. So Agnihotra's Ashirvada comes. Then when the girl baby is born, then onwards, the mother and father, they normally take care of them, and also they feel that by their fortune they could get this girl, but she belongs to that family where they have to hand over her. So she is like a nyasa. So she should be brought up very carefully. That is why in our families mostly, if a boy misbehaves, parents, dandana, they say parents may punish a little and may utter a little hard words. But with the girl, never mother or father misbehave. They never beat the girl. They never shout loudly. They always try to tell in a pacifying manner with pleasant mood only, because she is the incarnation of goddess Jagannatha, and she has to go to her place, her real house. So they teach only the good traits, good qualities, noble behavior, and how to be very happy throughout the life. So that is how it is our custom in our families. So thus this Agnihotra. since the birth for 10 years normally, that moon takes care, and then 10 to 15, 16 years, Gandharvas take care, and after 15, 16 years, they hand over to Agnihotra until the marriage, he takes care. And when at the time of marriage, he hands over. This is the procedure. Now, at the time of his Upanayana, that bridegroom, that brahmachari, he prayed God, Agnihotra, Suprajaha prajaya phuyasam, Suviro viraihi, Suvarcho varchasa, Suposhaha poshaihi. This is the mantra with which the Vara prayed Agnihotra. And Agnihotra accepted at that time. So, because Agnihotra accepted all the prayers of Brahmachari, whenever the necessity comes, Agnihotra offers and gives those things to this Vara also. So, thus, when he requests Agnihotra to give him a worthy life partner, Dharma Patni Agnihotra gives. So, that is the procedure. So he gave this Kanya to him, and then they get married. So a commentator by name Haradatta Shastri, he said that the Vara prays Agnideva as Yatha Gruhastu Bhavami Tatha Suprajaya Phuyasam. Just as I become a Gruhasta, thus I should become Suprajaya Phuyasam. I should get worthy children, boys and girls. Thus he prays Agnihotra, because Agnihotra already promised long back at the time of Upanayana. Then here he first offers the girl. Then when the Vara, that is this person, prays Agnihotra, Agnihotra blesses them with children. So they get good children. So that is how they are able to get children. If a man and girl get married and want to get children, one can never get children. With the blessings of God's only, one can become mother and father, getting children. So he said, when I become a householder, then please favor me with good progeny, good santana. The foremost purpose of marriage is to get worthy children. Prajayai Gruhamedhinam, says Kalidasa Mahakavi in Raghuvamsha. The very purpose of marriage is to get children, to give birth to progeny, to keep up the lineage, the family, the dynasty. So that is the main purpose of marriage, to get children. Now we should know why we are calling this Vara and Vathu. I already explained why they are called as Vara, why he is called as Vara, and why she is called as Vathu. And the Vyutpatti Arthas now I have already explained, I think. So I will explain once again. Uhyate putrena iti Vathu, they say. Vara means Sreshta, the best. So because he is the best to her. Now why this girl is called as Vadhu? Because Uhyate putrena iti Vadhu. She is taken care by the husband, and also she gives birth to a boy, to a son, because he has to reborn through her in the form of a son. So that is the meaning of the word Vathu. So Atmavai Putranamasi says the same one. So that girl is called as Vathu because through her, her husband takes rebirth again in the form of her son. Now in our Sanaatana Dharma, the marriage is such a great samskara. It is not just a function, normal function, but we celebrate this marriage as if it is a very good feast, very good function, and Maha Utsava. We celebrate because all the people enjoy in the marriage. Though the spiritual, religious customs are there, these people are following that normally, traditionally. Even then, all the relatives, kith and kin of both the parties who come there, they enjoy a lot as if it is a Utsava, festival. So even many foreigners nowadays, they are understanding the significance and greatness of our marriage system, Vivaha, Bandha, and then Sanatana Dharma Baddha Dampatya Jivana. So this Vivaha, Sanatana Dharma Baddha Vivaha Paddhati, they are being impressed. So they are coming to our motherland and are getting their marriages done. Some people, they want to marry people of our country because inherently this Sanatana Dharma would be there in them so that they also can get such good rights. So with good intention, they want to follow our traditions. Now, unnecessarily, our people are under the impression of that foreign Paschatya Vyamoha. We say we should come out of that Vyamoha and recognize the greatness of our Dharma traditions and follow that. So, we should never follow foreign culture. We may just see and observe, but we have to follow our culture, our traditions, and our system throughout the life. If the youth really recognize the greatness of the marriage and also the aim of the marriage and the meanings of the mantras uttered at the time of the marriage, then they will lead very happy life throughout. Such mishaps which are taking place now in society, they would not have occurred at all. So the antararthas of the mantra should be known. It is very essential, which we will try to know now. Now, to us, that is to all human beings, particularly to Sanatana Dharmanuyayis and Bharatiyas, Sri Ramachandra is the ideal for boys. And because of his Ekapatnitva, ఒకే బాణం ఒకే మాట ఒకే భార్య, we say that is only Rama speaks only one word which is like shasana vidhi veda veda vachana. Then he got only one bow, that is he whenever he takes the bow and shoots the arrow, he will certainly leave that and that arrow reaches the aim goal. So he got only one bow and arrow. In the sense, he does not have one, but is the aim, the when once Ramabana is shooted, it certainly hits the aim, the Lakshya Bhedana. So that is his greatness. Other persons it may not, but in Rama it is true. Then Ekapatnitva, he married only one girl, Sita Mata, and he maintained his Ekapatnitva and became ideal to all human beings. So Ramachandra is ideal for us, for all boys. Then Sita Mata is ideal for all women folk, all women, due to her Pativratya, Satitva, noble qualities and following her husband. So this Ekapatnitva is given to men and Pativratya Dharma is given to women. These two are to be followed by both men and women throughout the lives. That is why in a Samskrita Geya we say, Yatra cha bala devi swarupaha, bala sarve Sri Rama. All the girls are the embodiments, are they are the forms of Devi Jagannatha. And all the boys are Sri Ramas in our motherland. Mrida Picha Chandanam Asmin Deshe, that song, in that song it comes. Now, mutually loyalty and confidence and bearing the sahana should be there among this boy and girl, that is the Vara and Vadhu. Mutual, this is the bond. In fact, this is the foundation for this Dampatya binding, the attachment. So they should the wife's desires should be liked by the husband, and husband's desires should become the desires and wishes of the girl. Then only they can have such a type of tight bondage throughout. Then in fact this is called as Runanubandha also, which united them, because since their several births they might have been the wife and husband. So our Shastras say that for 7 Janmas, Sapta Janmas, the same husband and wife will continue because of their mutual love, understanding, and regard for each other. So we are implementing that sort of ideas only in our life. So in our marriages, we first invite the gods. When the marriage is fixed, when the Varavathu are fixed and Lagna Patrikas are prepared, first we take that Lagna Patrika to God, offer that to God and invite the gods, our Kula Devatas and Ishta Devatas to come to the marriage and bless the people there, the Varavathu especially, and the parents, then all the relatives, people and all. So thus, in front of, so this marriage always takes place in front of 3 crores of gods. Tisraha koti, Devataha Tisraha koti Maharshayaha, also we say. 3 crores of Maharshis are there. Then 3 crores of gods are there. In front of all these gods, Ishtadevatas, Kuladevatas, then Trimurtis, Trishaktis, Saptarshis, Navagraha Devatas, Prakriti Mata, and everything, Panchaputas, Ashta Dikpalakas, all the Devi Devatas, Devendra, other gods and all, this marriage is performed. So they are all the witness, they are the witnesses to this marriage. And of course, all the relatives who come there also are the witnesses of this marriage. So it is actually fire god who is the first witness, Agni Sakshi we say, who is the most important witness. And after Agnihotra, Jalati Devata, Varuna, got a very important role to be performed in this marriage process. So even the sages with their Saptarshis and other Maharshis, along with their wives, they come there and those couples bless this couple and all the people. So they will be watching from above. Though our eyes cannot see all of them, with naked eye you cannot see any of them, but they all are present there and they are blessing. That is why that whole place, that hall becomes very auspicious. One should never enter into that marriage hall with the slippers and all. As people are entering, all the slippers should be left outside only. And even Agnihotra is there. How can a person wear slippers and all? So we can never, then at the time of marriage, the Vara and Vathu, they are taking so many votes, they are doing promises. Then how can they trespass the promises which they did? So they should know the meanings of the mantras that they are doing such promises, because people do not know, they are trespassing. So it is our duty to educate the boy and girl before the marriage itself about the meanings of all the mantras that they are going to utter and say. Now let us know the scientific and spiritual greatness behind the events of our marriage. Our Sanatana Dharma is not just a blind belief or not just a sort of Shodasa, as they say, or something. It is scientific. Always it is very scientifically thinking, behaving, and leading us. So our Sanatana Dharma is a scientific method of way of living where spirituality is also mixed along with this normal worldly happiness gains and all. So the spiritual greatness behind the event should be explained to this the entire mankind, and especially to the girls and boys and their parents. Now in the Vivaha Samskara of our Sanatana Dharma, there are certain prakriyas done with the mantras which purify with the divine power, which purify the girl and the boy, their both parents. Then the relationship between water and fire. I said already, this Agnihotra and Varuna Deva. Agni Deva and Varuna Deva, that is very special, because throughout the process, the priest, that is, we use water and fire god. We start the process with enkindling the fire god, then with pouring of water. So Varuna and Agni both play a big role in this Vivaha Pathati. So the process of Vivaha starts with the water in the kalasha and flames of the fire in Vedic altar, which are very holy. And during the wedding, beginning of the kratu, actually the kratu starts with Varuna and Agni, we say. Vadhu's hands will be kept in the hands of Vara at the time of this marriage. That is after this fire god is enkindled and normal procedure of all these worships, all this process would be completed. And at the time of marriage, when both are sitting on the planks there, wooden planks will be kept there, stretching a cloth or something, and there Vathu's hands will be kept in the hands of Vara. Then this priest who is celebrating this marriage, Brahmagaru, we say, he pours water through the conch, Shankha. Then Jalam Amritam, we say, the water itself is nectar. Amrita, it gives immortality. So while chanting certain mantras, the priest pours water into their hands. So the water which touches the hands of the boy touches the hands of the girl, and the water which touches the girl touches the hands of the boy, by which mutually electricity, a sort of attraction would be generated and produced, because water got the capacity to produce electricity. That itself is a sort of because water is the conductor of electricity, we say. So that sort of attraction would be created among both the girl and boy. So this brings attraction to each other, mutual, because till that time the boy does not know about the girl and girl does not know about the boy. But the moment the water is poured into their hands, a sort of vibration takes into their bodies by this touch, and then the feeling of love and attraction automatically generates by that very touch when the water is poured there. So pouring of water through the conch, because Shankha itself is considered to be divine. It is there in the hands of Sri Mahavishnu. The conch itself got such a great power. Dhruva, after complete, that is when he did such a great penance and Lord Sri Mahavishnu appeared before him, Dhruva wanted to pray Vishnu, but because he is of the 5 years old boy, how can he recite any stotra, slokas and all? So because he is overwhelmed with devotion, joy, happiness, he wanted to express his feelings, but is unable to utter any words. Then Sri Mahavishnu touches the cheek of Dhruva with the conch. The moment the sparsha of conch he experienced, immediately the stotra rajas come out of the mouth of Dhruva, which are very great and best stotra came out. So this conch got the capacity to Shabda Shakti, to generate Shabda power. Shabda itself is Shabda Brahma. So by pouring water through this conch, it awakens the spirituality among this both girl and boy, and the energy comes into them. That is, the spiritual energy will be awakened from their bodies. So then onwards, they become worthy of doing a proper sadhana, achatmika sadhana, by which they can attain apavarga mukti. So this process is to be realized that the marriage, this marital relationship is not just physical relationship, but it also creates devotion, spiritual power, and love for God, devotion for God, and mutual love, and all these are invoked at that time. And they make this couple do their household duties perfectly after marriage. So in our traditional marriage festival, there is a prakriya called as Yuga Chidra Abhisheka. Yuga Chidra Abhisheka, Yuga Chidra. That is, Uttarena Yajusha Tasyaha Shirasi Darpenvan Nithaya, etc. Thus the mantra goes on. Then the Darpa grass got very divine power. The grass itself is very holy and it got the capacity to ward off all the bad omens or something. And also Darpa is called as Duswapna Nasini also. This Darpa is very holy and very pious, so that Darpa grass would be molded into the form of a sort of ring, and ring we keep to the fingers. That is called as invam at that time. So with that invam, it is like chutta kuduru, we say, on which we keep the pots. So making such an invam with Darpa, the priest and parents together, when this girl is sitting there, they keeping that invam on the head of the bride while chanting the mantra, Tasmin Uttaraya Dakshinam Yugachidram Pratistapya. They keep a wooden log, a very big wooden log, that is, they do not keep on the head, above the head, a little as if touching. Both the parents, they hold this wooden log, and this Vara, there should be a small hole, they make a hole, and there this invam would be kept, and he has to pour water. A priest makes him, he recites certain mantras, and this Vara, he pours water which fall on the head of the and body of this Vadhu, this girl. At that time they recite the mantra, Khena saha khe rathasya khe yugasya shechipate apalam indraha tripurtvi akarat. It is there in Ekagnihotra and in the Rigveda mantras also it is there. So apalam indra trishvikritah surya tvachaha. So it says surya tvacham. Surya tvacha means as lustrous as that of sun. The body of this girl should be made healthy and worthy and also lustrous by the grace of Indra. Apala, a Rishika, she wrote this mantra, and actually it is a good story is also given. This Apala is having the white spots on her body, so people are not liking her to come approach her. Then every day she goes to the river and takes bath, and on one day when she went there, she happened to see a Somalata crossing in that water, and she picked up that Somalata, she pierced that tightly, and that Somarasa she collected into a that is leaf bowl. Then Manasika Puja Yajna she did mentally. She prepared our Vedic altar and she performed and she prayed God with this mantra, God Indra, and really offered that Somarasa to Indra. At that time, God Indra is going somewhere sitting in his chariot, and he saw this girl because she prayed him. And then this girl is seen, she offered Somarasa. Indra accepted that Somarasa. He became very happy. So from that chariot only, he sprinkled water 3 times, thrice on this girl. By the very sprinkling of that water from the chariot, the wheel of the chariot by Devendra, she became very healthy, very lustrous. The white spots have gone. That is the story. So this mantra we say, and Vara prays Indra that just as you made that Apala very healthy and lustrous, you make this wife very healthy and lustrous. So this is the story of Apala. Apala nama kachit kanya shvitrini bapuva. Tam kanyam shveta roginim na kasidupame. Like that these mantras go, and she prayed like that. So many such mantras are there. This Apala story is also given in all Brahmana Granthas also, and the mantras are there in Rigveda. So if gods are pleased, they will favor us. Tejo vai hiranyam, ayur vai hiranyam, they say. The gold shines very lustrous and it gives longevity and glory also. That is why a golden ring also would be kept there, and these darpas are more powerful and greater than even gold ring at that time by using this yoke, this one. So Yuga Chidra. So the water purifies the body and soul also with the mantras. Shivena tva chekshusha pashyantu. We pray gods that, oh gods, you please see us with auspicious sight. Your sight itself is enough to give us luster, strength, longevity, and all. So we pray gods, and gods give purity to our body and minds also, and make us lustrous and shine with knowledge also. These Yuga Chidra Abhisheka mantras got such a wonderful power, spiritual power. Later they make Vathu wear Madhuparkas with the mantra Uttaraya Yotrena Sannakhyati. Thus Madhuparkas they wear. Then Madhuparka is also that which we take the Dathi Madhu Kruta together with Sharkara is called as Madhuparka. Vathu's father gives this Madhuparka to Vara to eat it so that he becomes lustrous, healthy, and all. Now, this Madhuparkas we call a particular dresses which are kept for Vara and Vathu, and they wear those dress Madhuparkas and come back after this process is over. So, with Madhuparka dresses, with that particular story dresses, saree, and two saris would be given to her at that time. One she wears normally and another will be tied over her. So that is a particular process of wearing the cloths is also mentioned at the time of the marriage. Then Yoktra, while uttering the mantra, Ashasa na Saumanasam, and should hold that rope of darpas. The meaning of this mantra is the girl who is having noble mind, desires to get children, prosperity and beauty is desired by me as my wife, my life partner. So I am tying this yoktra bandhana they do after this Yuga Chidra is over, a sort of yoktra is prepared. Then that would be tied to the navel, to the waist of that girl, and the knot would be put at the place of navel of that girl. So that is called as yoktra bandhana. And this yoktra is also prepared with munja grass. Munja grass is very spiritual and holy grass which gives spirituality to the body and mind. Those who, by the very touch of it, the sparsha itself is enough to give such spiritual power. So they tie, and the husband and wife both are like two bulls to pull a cart. The Jivita Chakra, Bandi, we say the cart. So this is also, it signifies that both the girl and boy, the wife and husband are two bulls who pull the cart of life. So this is the inner meaning, and such significance is also there. So both of them are equally responsible to lead the life. So this Yoktra Bandhana, by this Yoktra Bandhana, the bride, that is Dharma Patni, is accepting to cooperate her husband in all his dharmika karyas. So this Yoktra Bandhana, she accepted to lead a household life along with him as Dharma Patni. So following her husband in all his works. So Veda Bhashya, in Veda Bhashya it is explained as Yatha Vivahe Striyaha Kanthe Mangala Sutram Lingam Tadvat. Just as at the time of marriage, the Vara, he ties the Mangala Sutra over the neck of Vadhu. Even this Yoktru Bandhana, it is also so auspicious. He is tying this Yoktra to that girl with the chanting of mantras. So that girl becomes very sanctified. Then that girl who is sanctified by such mantras said in Vivaha Samskaras, alone is worthy to be called as Dharma Patni. All other girls, suppose he marries in any other manner, they are not Dharma Patnis. Pursued no Yajna Samyoge. Only with the relationship of Yajna, the girl becomes Patni, Dharma Patni. Patni means one who got eligibility to do Yajna Yagadi Kratus along with her husband. So by her only, the Agni Karya can be done by a person, and Agni Siddhi also occurs. So when the marriage is celebrated, the husband says with his wife, Gruhan Gacha Gruhapatni Yathaso Vashini Tvam Vidatham Avadasi. So you come to our house as Gruha Lakshmi, Gruha Patni, and encouraged to do meritorious deeds. So bring all meritorious, all members of the family, you bring under your control with your regard and love and affection and concern. So Nagruham Gruhamichyakuhu, we say the moment the marriage is over, she becomes a Gruhini, thereby she becomes Gruhalakshmi to him, to his house. Every girl is Gruhalakshmi to their husbands. So he is called as Gruhastha because Gruhe Tishtati iti Gruhastaha, because he stays, he resides in the house, he is Gruhastha. So Gruhini and Gruhastha, they become, and together they lead very responsible life from then onwards. So at the time of marriage, both wife and husband took oaths, and about the oaths and all we will discuss in the next class. Swasti for today.
ధన్యవాదములండి.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
Okay, now I think now it is past 8 o'clock. We will go for prarthana, and then Janaganamana. After that, we will have some question and answers.
Yes.
Okay. I request all of you to open up our videos, please. All to open up your videos, please. Okay. All of you have your lyrics in front of you, so that you can correctly pronounce what you are chanting.
Many have not opened their videos.
All of you, open. Please, all of you, please open your videos. Have lyrics in front of you. And Divya Shah. You see, all of you are supposed to be ready after taking bath early, getting up early morning and doing puja, wearing fresh clothes, and then doing little bit of puja, whatever you do. After that, you are supposed to come for this Sanaatana Dharma class, not directly from your bed, or you should not be in the bed. Okay, I hope you are conforming to this requirement, all of you, or anybody still in the bed. Okay, those who are not opening the videos, I have an impression that they are still in the bed. If not, open up your video. Okay, I can ask anybody to recite, chant prarthana. If anybody is not ready, raise your hand. 1 month is over. Now tomorrow there is a test also. So this is also one of the requirements of Sanatana Dharma, to do prarthana. The two allowed, use 10, 10, 10 formula which I told you, 10, 10, 10 means at the distance of 10 meters, 10 people should hear you 10 times. Okay. Paidimari Shyam Garu, he wants to talk quickly because we want to do prarthana. You have to unmute, then only you can talk. But
No,
I will ask.
I can do prarthana, sir. I can do prarthana, sir.
You can do prarthana. Great. Anybody else who can do prarthana, all raise your hand.
If anyone wants, I think, I have no objection, but I can do.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. All of you are required. All who can do prarthana, you have lyrics in front of you. Only thing is that you should correctly pronounce and then do prarthana. That's all. Anybody? Come on, all of you, come, or some more. You have some people have already done it. They also can raise the hand so that I can filter out. Murtila, good. Some more. Hema, good. Okay. Those who have done it also, please raise your hand. Because I want to see who can't still do.
Raise your hand not in the video, but in the
Digital.
reactions. Yeah.
Digital.
Digital hand has to be there. We should be able to.
I'm taking 2 minutes just to, give
Yeah.
them little bit of feeling of 1 month of Sanaatana Dharma course. How much you have learned is one way is that we are conducting an exam tomorrow. I have already given a assignment. Only 33 people have answered it. That means remaining people don't know what is Sanaatana Dharma. They can't express. So that is my concern. They can't express having.
Vireshwar Das, open your, put your hand. The digital signature, digital hand.
Digital hand, please.
And lot many.
Please note down, Lalita Garu.
Yeah, I am noting down. I am here.
Note down those who can't do or those who can do. Or whatever, either way.
Yeah. I am just monitoring.
Those who can't do, please call them and then put them through.
Yeah, today whoever doesn't raise their hand means they are not able to do. So we will give special focus on them and we will see they will also
note down.
chant.
Quickly note down.
Yeah.
I'll give you 30 seconds, please.
Yeah, I will.
Sham 616. 616. Since you have the first person to say yes, I want to give you that opportunity. 616. Pamidi Shyam. Shyam ఏంటండి పూర్తి పేరు?
Shyam Prasad అండి.
Shyam Prasad garu. Okay. You should should not have inhibitions in saying that you are following Sanaatana Dharma, and also say it aloud so that others also can follow that. This is the aim of this course. You have to spread Sanaatana Dharma among its followers. If I say I am following Sanaatana Dharma, you should be able to say also, no? Why have shyness in that?
నేను PS Murthy గారి బ్రదర్ నేను.
ఎవరు? అబ్బో పుణిగిపుచ్చుకున్నారు. Okay. Now shall we start? All of you please chant, but no, mute your mics. All of you chant prarthana, and Shyam Prasad garu, you please start prarthana, please.
Yeah. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी येषोऽयं शोकरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतं सत्यं वद ధర్మం చర స్వాధ్యాయాన్ మా ప్రమదః సర్వే భవంతు సుఖినః సర్వే సంతు నిరామయ సర్వే భద్రాణి పశ్యంతు మా కశ్చిత్ దుఃఖభాగ్ భవేత్. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. ఓం పూర్ణమదః పూర్ణమిదం పూర్ణాత్ పూర్ణముదచ్యతే పూర్ణస్య పూర్ణమాదాయ పూర్ణమేవావశిష్యతే. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. సర్వే జనా సుఖినో భవంతు. శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః.
ధన్యవాదములండి ప్రసాద్ గారు, శ్యామ్ ప్రసాద్ గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. And you have chanted well. And now let us recite Janaganamana. Challa Chittibabu garu. All of you can please stand up. You can put down your hand up.
Janaganamana adhinayaka jaya Bharat. Kindly mute your mics. Kindly mute your mics. Janaganamana adhinayaka jaya he Bharat bhagya vidhata. Punjab Sindhu Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Banga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchchala Jaladhitaranga. Tava Shubha Name Jage Tava Shubha Ashish Mange Gahe Tava Jaya Gatha. जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. जय हिंद.
Jai Hind. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు.
धन्यवाद.
Now